Hello, distinguished friends and colleagues. My name is Stuart. I'm the Pro-Life Activities Coordinator for the Archdiocese of Louisville, Kentucky, serving under Deacon Stephen Bowling. And this is 5 Minutes for Life, where we take 5 minutes to discuss one ministry, one event, or one topic that affects the pro-life community here in the Archdiocese of Louisville. Christ is risen. Hallelujah. He is risen indeed. As of this recording, we are still in the Easter octave. I hope your Easter celebration is blessed, and we have so much to celebrate. First of all, since my last recording, you may be hiding under a rock, so you might not have heard we have a new Archbishop. Archbishop Shelton Fobb was installed. We are so grateful to have him. Congratulations. We look forward to your many talents being a blessing to us. And I just encourage everyone who's watching this, please be praying for the Archdiocese. Be praying for Archbishop Fobb. Another blessing. We ended our 40 Days for Life campaign, our Lenten campaign. Now, 40 Days for Life went very well. I know many of you probably prayed down at the abortion clinic. I spent several hours during my spring break praying down at the abortion clinic, and I had some students come with me. So many blessings were released during this 40 Days for Life campaign. 14 women came back out of the abortion clinic and made a decision for life. That's 14 babies saved during this 40 Days for Life. But more than that, I believe that the prayers that people were praying down there unleashed abundant blessings when it comes to pro-life legislation here in the state of Kentucky. So there are two bills I want to share with you. First of all, we want to thank God for HB 269. Now, this is not about abortion, but about the death penalty. It says that anyone that has a mental illness cannot be up for the death penalty here in the state of Kentucky. Thanks be to God for that. That restores and protects the dignity of human life for those who are mentally ill and mentally incapacitated. I know the Catholic Conference of Kentucky was really promoting that, and thank God for that being passed. But the big star of the hour is HB 3. HB 3 is an omnibus package that attacks abortion straightforwardly. It was a roller coaster last week. It was passed by the representatives, but then our pro-choice governor vetoed it, but then there were enough votes to override the veto. So thanks be to God, on Holy Thursday, the omnibus package was passed, and the abortion clinic had to shut down on Holy Thursday. That means on Holy Thursday, lives were saved. We have so much to celebrate here. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about HB 3 and what it does. First of all, after 15 weeks of pregnancy, abortion is illegal in the state of Kentucky. 15 weeks of pregnancy, thanks be to God. It also closed a lot of loopholes. For example, when it comes to minors getting an abortion, minors have to get parental consent, and it has to be proven parental consent 24 hours before they can get an abortion. That is beautiful. That is great, because it's common sense, right? If a minor were getting any kind of medical procedure, you'd have to have them get parental consent. So this forces minors to get that parental consent, or it is subject, or the abortion clinic is going to be subject to criminal law. And then it closes loopholes for women seeking chemical abortion pills through the mail. Since the federal government has loosened restrictions on this, Kentucky state law now, through this omnibus package, HB 3, closes those loopholes, severely restricting women getting access to those drugs. And they have to get some training to know that those abortion pills within a certain time frame can be released if you haven't taken both, can be reversed if both pills have not been taken. So all of that is good news and blessed news. The next piece of important pro-life legislation on the political side of things is going to be on November 8th. On November 8th, there is a number 2 slot there to add a constitutional amendment to the Kentucky State Constitution, saying that we cannot read into our Constitution a right to abortion. That's on November 8th. It'll be on the ballot. You can vote for whoever you want to, Republican or Democrat. This is a separate item on the ballot that you can click. So tell your friends, tell your family on November 8th to put a check on number 2 saying, yes, we want to protect the right to life here in the Archdiocese of Louisville. Now, with my last remaining moments here in this video, I want to share with you sort of a meditation I had about building a culture for life. For the last few months, I have been reading this terrific book series to my children, the Wing Feather Saga by Andrew Peterson. Now, this is terrific. Andrew Peterson is a Christian. He's a committed Christian. He cut his teeth as a folk musician. He still writes beautiful music, and I'll put some of his beautiful music in the description of the video below because I've been following him since I was a teenager. And he's a musician turned into an author, and this series is, in my opinion, he's like the spiritual heir to C.S. Lewis and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. There's so many beautiful moments to this fictional children's tale in which truth, beauty, goodness, and the gospel in a hidden way was shining through. I was moved to tears at several points during this book as I was reading to my kids. Well, Andrew Peterson happened to be in town during Lent, and he was having a musical show, and I said, I haven't been to see him in a long time, so I'll take my two oldest boys and I'll go. And in the midst of this concert, with Christians all around me and my soul being fed by this heartbreakingly beautiful music, I said to myself, wait, why didn't I invite some of my non-Christian friends to this? Why didn't I invite some of my friends that have been estranged from church to this? And later when I was journaling about it, I said, you know what? We need to, in the pro-life community, start thinking differently, because here's the thing. All of this great pro-life legislation is necessary, it's good, but we have to really, if we're going to have a culture of life, we need to build a culture of life by reinvigorating our evangelical spirit. What that means is we've got to approach our friends and our family that are estranged from our faith. For example, Father Stephen Reeves here in town with his Easter Vigil service did such a good job with bringing the vibrancy and the beauty of the Easter Vigil Mass forward. And I was in that and I had the same feeling. Why didn't I invite my friends that I know haven't been back to church since the pandemic? Why didn't I push them here? Because the beauty and the truth of the gospel shine through so poignantly there. You see, if we go out there, we don't just have to promote this legislation. We have to change hearts. We have to change minds. And that requires us to start inviting people into these moments, buying book series like the Wing Feather Saga and sharing them with our non-Christian friends, and then inviting them into our life to go to church with us, go to Mass with us, go to concerts with us, go to movies that we know that are going to promote gospel values, so we can engage them with conversation, so we can help them to see the value of life. So much of the entertainment in our culture right now is of the culture of death. That's just very negative about life in general, about the prospects of life, about our country, about the way that we live. But if you invite people to be fed on truth, beauty, and goodness in the gospel, they inherently want that. So we have to renew our evangelical vigor, and when we do that, we'll also build up a culture of life. That's my final thought for today. I've taken too much of your time, so we want to say until next month, if you like what we're doing, smash that like button, share this video, tell everyone about the good news that we've shared here today, and remember, every life is worth fighting for. Life is beautiful because every life matters to God. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Have a wonderful Easter celebration.